End Night, the development studio behind Sons of the Forest, have just put out another patch for the game, which is actually quite good. It did seem like they were slowly backing off, and we haven't seen an update from them in almost a month, with the last small patch coming on 18th of April. This one released on Monday, the 13th of May, and it includes loads and loads of improvements and over 100 fixes. Now, if you are a fan of Sons of the Forest and other survival games, subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and stick around for much more survival content. If you want to see some Bethesda stuff or daily content, check out the link tree down below, where the second channel and all of our other social pages are. Now, this update is mostly focused on bug fixes, and it's good that they are continuing to improve the game and patch all of the bugs that people are coming across. That's great news, especially from End Night. You don't really hear much from this team at all, which is a kind of a shame, because I think if they posted a lot more to their social media, teasing a few things that were coming in the future, and keeping the community sort of engaged a little bit more, they would have a higher player base. That's just my personal opinion. The game is over a year old, with their 1.0 launch coming just a few months ago in February. The game is still sitting on around about average 8,000 players a day, so 8,000 is still pretty good for the game that it is. It is mostly single player, I'd say. There are multiplayer elements to it. You can play as a team and as a group, but I do think this is more... It sort of hits you more as a solo experience, I think, anyway. That's my personal opinion. What do you guys think? Do you think it's better solo or co-op? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, as mentioned, they are keeping an eye on all of the bugs, and you can report them in the discussions area of the Steam's community hub. There's not really any other way to get in touch with the team. Now, for the improvements, well, this one is... why not? You can now electrocute rabbits with a stun gun. Puffies that you now capture can be electrocuted, and they have a reaction that keeps them captured and tied up. Rope bridges now also generate nav mesh links, which allow the AI to path across them. So if you have built a base somewhere that's surrounded by rope bridges and you're thinking to yourself you're pretty damn safe, not anymore. The nav mesh on the rope bridges now allows all enemy AI to cross them, so they can get into your base if they want to. They've also optimized nav mesh refresh speed, and Kelvin can now jump with a brand new animation when he is moving a little bit slower than usual. They've also changed the animation for log splitting, so now it speeds that process up a little bit. So if you are doing a bigger build, it's not going to take you as long to get through that build, which is great news. I do like that. The building can be quite cumbersome and take quite some time to actually get through it. Now, when it comes to the fixes, as mentioned, there's over 100 of them. Loads of them to improve the AI, make the AI work better, mixed up with all sorts of clipping issues, terrain problems, base building issues, and loads of other stuff, such as placing certain items in front of cave entrances. So now certain cave entrances are blocked off, and you will need to find a different path around. They've also fixed some controller issues that have popped up, so hopefully now if you are playing with controller, that should be a lot smoother, and you shouldn't come across too many issues, and won't need keyboard and mouse as much as you did beforehand, which is good. Now, the elephant in the room is obviously a console release date or a VR release date. There is no news of either of those things yet, and as mentioned earlier on in the video, End Night aren't really the best at communicating with their community. Don't get me wrong, they're a great development team, but communication is definitely not a strong point. They've made absolutely fantastic game, including the original Forest. But will they be coming to consoles? Now, the original game only came to PlayStation 4. It did not move over to Xbox. And I can't find why. I've not seen any reasons. I've had a look around. Maybe there was some sort of deal with PlayStation. But hopefully that is not the case with Sons of the Forest, and they do eventually port it to both Xbox and PlayStation. They did originally release a VR version for the original Forest, so I do think they'll be doing that for this. Obviously, you don't need a console to release a VR version, so I do think that will be coming maybe this year. There's no news of it yet, and like I say, they don't really talk too much about what's going on. So hopefully, within the next few months, we do see something. It does seem like they're updating the game at least once a month with a load of bug fixes and a few improved items. And to be honest, it's more than what I thought they were going to do. I thought after that 1.0 release, we wouldn't hear anything from them for 6 months to a year, and then they'd announce either a console or a VR release date. But what do you guys think? Are you still enjoying Sons of the Forest? I jump on every now and then, make some improvements to my base, have a little bit of a play around and hunt some cannibals. It's still a fun game, absolutely love it, got tons of hours, and I'll continue to play it as long as they continue to update it. Do you still play the game? Are you looking forward to a console release? Let me know in the comments down below. And as usual, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you very soon with some more survival content.